Hello YouTube and welcome to the comparison video between the ASUS Fonepad and the Google Nexus 7. Both devices are 7-inch screen Android tablets. Both are produced by ASUS and both got the same resolution, 1280 by 800. And that's where the similarity ends. And now let's do this video step by step. About the same size, exactly the same weight, 340 grams. And let's now take a tour around the devices. Left side. The Nexus 7 got its micro SD slot here, SIM card slot here, and nothing else. The ASUS Fonepad got its volume bar here and its on-off switch. On the top side we got nothing. We got a microphone here on the ASUS Fonepad. And on the right side we got a nothing on the Fonepad and the volume bar and the on-off switch at the Nexus 7 and the microphone port. On the downside, of course, another microphone, headphone jacks and micro USB port. Now there we come to the first main difference. The material of the backside. We got this rubber thingy on the Nexus 7 that feels great, and we got aluminium on the ASUS Fonepad, but it doesn't feel that great. It's okay, but it doesn't feel great. If you think about aluminium back covers, you always think Apple, and this is definitely not this high grade, high quality, high feeling that you would expect. But we got this rubber piece up here. There's the slot for the micro SIM card, and we got a slot for the micro SD card. No SD card slot on the Nexus 7. Both devices got no backside camera, at least here in Germany. There's a version of the Nexus ASUS Fonepad with a camera in Asia. Speakers are on the backside. So now front side, of course. Both devices got a 1.2 megapixel front camera, and the ASUS Fonepad got, of course, a speaker here in the same place where a smartphone would have its speakers because of its unique feature. You can use it actually as a phone pad. There's the hint. Did I try using it as a phone, as a 7-inch phone without any headset, Bluetooth headset or wireless headsets or cable headsets? Yes, of course, and it was really hard to get your ear to this speaker a little bit to the right or left, and you will hear nothing. And both devices don't get a physical home button here. Both devices share a little bit of their screen for this for the Android buttons, sensitive buttons here. Both devices got back, home and app switch, while the ASUS Fonepad got the special button for ASUS quick menu apps that nobody will ever use. So let's get a look at the software. No, not Google now. We got Android version 4.1.2 Jelly Bean on the ASUS Fonepad. There's no indication when and if there will be an update. We got, of course, it's a Nexus device, so we got the newest version of Android 4.2.2 on the Nexus 7. So let's start with the comparison. First of all, speakers. We already talked about them. They're on the back side, and the speakers on the ASUS Fonepad are the better ones. They are louder and they have more volume than the ones on the Nexus 7. Next point, camera. Both devices 1.2 megapixel. They're both fine for Skype, for Hangouts and all this video chat stuff, but the Nexus 7 does have the better quality. Which device feels better and is built better? In my opinion, it's the Nexus 7. I like the rubber, it feels better. I like the matte aluminium silver linings here. this ASUS Fonepad got this shiny black cover border here around it, which I'm sure it will get some scratches over time. But the main difference is the display. Great viewing angle, great colors, brightness. Maybe the ASUS Fonepad is a little brighter, but it has one big and huge disadvantage. There's so much reflection on this device I've never seen on any tablet. It's really, really horrible. I have no clue why ASUS is producing such a tablet. Under normal circumstances, it's already bothering me. But if you go outside and it's a 7-inch tablet with a phone function, of course you will carry it around and you will use it anywhere. So I don't understand why ASUS builds this thing with such an reflective display. Definitely a no-go in my opinion. Now let's come to the performance. The Nexus 7 is a faster tablet. There are no lags. It's smooth everywhere and anywhere. The ASUS Fonepad, there are always some micro lags. App switching is not that smooth and not that fast. There we go into the data values. We got both devices got 1 GB of RAM, and but they have a totally different CPU. We got here a quad-core Tegra 3 A9 CPU, and here we got an, believe it or not, it's an Intel Atom single core, 1.2 GHz, and it's okay. If an app is running, the performance is great, but there are a couple of apps, especially games, that won't work yet or maybe ever with the Intel Atom, and I don't like to think about on a tablet, will this game run or won't it run? This is definitely not great. So overall, no, as performance, definitely the better performance will give you the Nexus 7. Now to another thing on the touch screen. It doesn't react that good on the ASUS Fonepad. I just opened Google Maps in satellite modus, and now I'm turning a little bit around, and you can see the ASUS Fonepad is not always reacting as good and as quick by multi finger use as the Nexus 7. Definitely smoother and better and always responding, and here it does not respond every time, and you can see this micro lags and the lags in reaction, definitely not great. So we got this display here with big reflection. This does not respond that good, and we got a CPU here that is not as good working as the old and always working Tegra 3. And let's come to the differences, to the last differences. Phone function, no phone function. Micro SD slot, no micro SD slot. NFC, no NFC. LTE, 4G, none of them. Price, we got 330 euros for the ASUS Fonepad. The Nexus 7 starts with 200, 16 gigabytes and Wi-Fi only, but there's a 299 version with 32 gigabytes and 3G, but without the native phone function. In my opinion, if you don't really need the phone function on a 7-inch Android tablet, definitely get the Nexus 7. But you don't want to get anything of those tablets yet, because the Google I/O conference is just around the corner. Really pretty sure they will present a new Nexus 7, and maybe with LTE, maybe with a higher screen resolution, maybe with LTE. Who knows what they will present? So definitely wait for the new version. Then you can decide if you want the new version or you get the older one cheaper. So this is it. Battery time, I totally forgot about it. Definitely battery advantage is on the Nexus 7. The Intel Atom is okay, it's working fine, but not as energy efficient as the Tegra 3 on the Nexus 7. So this is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video and bye!